deep ocean, the final frontier. It's the largest wilderness on our planet, and a place we've only just begun to explore. The deeper we go, the more astonishing the life forms we find. But there is one legendary monster of the deep that has, so far, remained hidden from our cameras. The giant squid. For centuries, they've been creatures of myth and mystery. Sailors have told stories of huge squid, 18 meters long, and so powerful they could drag whole ships into the inky depths, or wage war with whales in a true clash of the titans. They are one of the Earth's last great enigmas. But off the east coast of Japan, an international team of scientists and filmmakers are hoping to change all that. Using the most advanced submersibles, they hope to find and film a living giant squid 1,000 meters under the surface of the sea. They have recruited the best minds from many different fields of expertise to try and pull off something thought by most to be impossible. And though they don't yet know it, their mission will be more successful than they could ever have imagined.
Oh, yes!
Japan's Ogasawara Islands, 1,000 kilometers south of Tokyo. These volcanic subtropical islands are the Galapagos of the Orient, home to unique plants and animals. It's a World Heritage Site, and the surrounding seas are as pristine as anywhere. Summer 2012. These waters are the destination for one of the most ambitious expeditions ever undertaken. To dive to the greatest depth possible, to observe and film the giant squid. 150 years ago, the immense carcass of a giant squid was brought ashore. Scientists were amazed to discover that this mythical creature actually existed. Soon after, other specimens were recovered, the largest of them measuring 18 meters. Most of their length is taken up by two exceptionally long tentacles that extended beyond its 8 arms. Such specimens intensified the scientists' desire to see one alive. For marine biologists and wildlife filmmakers, filming one of these remarkable animals became a kind of holy grail. Now, after more than a decade of research and collaboration, 50 top scientists, engineers, operators and support staff from 11 countries have joined together for this deep-sea adventure. Their Deep Rover submersible has an acrylic pressure hull that provides an almost uninterrupted view and can take them a kilometre down. It's equipped with a camera that has taken 2 years to perfect. Down in the darkness, it needs to be several hundred times more sensitive than normal HD cameras. A second state-of-the-art submersible, Triton, is also here. The deep-sea equipment is ready to go.
Okay, this is a record for where we found parts of giant squid.
Island over there.
In the command center, the scientists make final preparation for the dives.
And were these all around 600
60 meters
Yes,
as well?
those.
We went,
But
but-
Dr. Tsunemi Kubudera from Japan's National Museum for Nature and Science heads the team. He is a world expert on the giant squid, and this expedition is the culmination of a lifetime's work.
We know nothing about where or how it lives. A gigantic creature, shrouded in mystery. But that's the attraction for me.
Bring it to the surface.
Dr. Kubudera is not alone in his fascination for these elusive giants.
Step up to the surface right at a...
Dr. Steve O'Shea is from New Zealand. He has already been on 5 expeditions and was the first scientist to closely examine a baby giant squid. He's also very optimistic.
We've got a really good chance of capturing that image of the giant squid live on film.
Funneling the water.
American Dr. Edith Widder is a world expert on bioluminescence. She plans to use this almost magical living glow to attract a giant squid. She too is confident that they're on the right trail.
I can't imagine that there are that many giant squid sightings in this one little area, and I think it improves our chances enormously.
The team is concentrating their search in an area of ocean where parts of giant squid carcasses have occasionally been found. The expedition reaches its destination east of Ogasawara's Chichijima Island. Dr. Kubudera will make the first exploratory dive. Although he has been studying squid for 40 years, this is the first time he's been in a submersible.
You okay?
Yep.
You can hold on the corner, yeah. Okay.
He'll be descending into an alien world.
That's hatch secure, ready to move the trolley.
Okay, roger. Starting launch now.
Triton weighs 8 tons. It needs carefully coordinated teamwork to launch it safely.
That's the safety brief complete, hatch secure, life support's okay, and I'll be ready to dive. Trying venting now.
Copy that. Vent open.
Okay, let's go. Going down.
Air is released from the ballast tank, and Triton gently sinks below the waves. It's the beginning of an 8-hour adventure into the unknown.
Surface, Triton depth 200 meters, life support okay, over.
Now they are entering a strange part of the sea between 200 and 1,000 meters, known to marine biologists as the Twilight Zone. To the human eye, it's totally dark. But animals living here have their own ways of seeing. At these depths, beyond the reach of the sun, most creatures generate their own light. Bioluminescence. A flash of light could frighten away an enemy, reassure an ally, or tempt prey closer. We don't yet understand these complex light signals, but they must be crucial for the animals struggling to survive down here. 500 meters down. Here, the water pressure would crush a human swimmer. But there is life. A strange jellyfish comes into view. There's something inside it.
Oh wow, it's alive!
This live fish is a meal for later. Food is scarce at these depths, so animals catch things when they can and digest them slowly. It's a challenging place to live.
Oh, salmon! Oh, shark!
Blue shark.
Oh, shark!
The longfin mako shark is a deep-sea specialist. It's 2 meters long with enormous eyes. Eyes that can detect the faintest traces of light and help the shark to find food. It finds any glow intriguing, and the submersible, with its array of lights, seems to fascinate it. Finding a predator on this first dive convinces Dr. Kubodera that they're in a promising spot.
How was it?
Oh, it's some bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence. They can never really get that. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
With the shallow or deep? How deep?
It's around 400 meters depth.
They're sure that giant squid are living somewhere below them in the twilight zone, but finding and filming them is a different matter. Time for Dr. Widder's masterpiece.
Come on, Eddie. Please.
She hopes her electrically luminescent jellyfish will trick a giant squid into revealing itself. She rigs it like a piece of bait in front of an unmanned camera called Medusa, which can remain underwater, recording continuously for up to 30 hours. Special red light will help make it less threatening to creatures in the deep.
The Medusa is very stealthy because it's quiet, there's no thrusters on it, and it uses red light that should be invisible to the animals, and so it's as unobtrusive as we can make it.
Medusa will be set adrift on a 700-meter tether with a marker float. For a day and a night, it will be the team's secret eye in the twilight zone. As it sinks, Dr. Widder's electric jellyfish begins to emit flashing blue lights. It was modelled on this Atolla jellyfish. It strobes in a circular sequence, like a neon sign. A pattern that's thought to attract predatory squid. This footage was shot when Dr. Widder tested her electric jellyfish off the coast of California. A deep-sea squid over 1 meter long investigates and attacks. Giant squid might well hunt in the same way.
The dream would be to see a giant squid come in and attack this thing. And I just hope it doesn't like it too much and try to take it away.
Will this trick of light attract a giant squid? It'll be at least 30 hours before Dr. Widder and the team find out. Evidence that the Ogasawaras might be a giant squid hotspot has been building since 2002. The first clues came from another deep-sea giant, a sperm whale. Up to 18 meters long, these huge whales dive to exceptional depths, remaining below for over an hour. Proof that they encounter giant squid here was discovered on a sperm whale when it surfaced after a dive. Dr. Kubodera recognized the pattern of circular scars under its eye, almost certainly made by the suckers on the tentacle of a giant squid. He obtained an even more astonishing photograph. It showed a rope-like object wrapped around a whale's head. A tentacle as long as this must have belonged to a giant squid. These clues suggested that giant battles between squids and whales were taking place in the deep, and they encouraged Dr. Kubodera to look more closely in the seas around the Ogasawaras. He teamed up with deep-sea fishermen in the area who catch swordfish using very long lines. He attached a stills camera to the end of a fishing line, hoping to get a picture of the giant squid. Over and over again, he lowered his camera to a depth of several hundred meters and waited. In 2004, he was hauling up his camera as usual.
There's something white. Here it comes. It's a giant squid tentacle.
This tentacle measured a whopping 6 meters.
It's still alive. It's still sticky. Look at the suckers. I wonder if it's all right to touch it.
Its enormous owner must have been swimming below the boat only a short while earlier. But had it recorded anything? These are the actual photographs, a sequence of stills of the giant just before it lost its tentacle. Over the next 8 years, he braved bad weather and stormy seas. But in spite of improvements to his camera, there were no further breakthroughs. He was baffled. But over the years, other reported finds of the remains of giant squid revealed a pattern. They all came from the east side of Chichijima Island and were most hauled up from the same depth, 600 meters. The habitat of the giant squid was being narrowed down. With Medusa and its electric jellyfish in place, Dr. Steve O'Shea now unwraps his approach to the problem. He plans to lure a giant squid into view with what he hopes will be an irresistibly attractive smell. He's using a piece of giant squid that was picked up on a beach in New Zealand and then frozen for preservation. Although it's a valuable specimen, Dr. O'Shea is going to destroy it by sticking it in a blender. The resultant squid juice should contain a very special ingredient.
We're expecting there to be a chemical in there. You might like to call it a pheromone. We're just going to call it the chemical at this point in time that we're going to squirt into the water, and hopefully we're going to attract squid to the submersible. So instead of seeing a squid just swim on past, we want it to come straight to us and play with us, fall in love with us. Love potion number 9 right there.
It's a giant con trick to make a squid believe that Triton is a member of the opposite sex. Once the massive syringe is attached to the front of the sub, they're ready to give it a go. They'll descend to 600 meters before releasing the first dose.
Surface, this is Triton. We're at 500 meters, now descending to 600.
This is giant squid territory, and we're in here, we're looking out, and I want to know what's out there looking in. And we're lit up like a Christmas tree right now. Yeah. So we'll try it here, and let's just see what's out there.
Triton's arm will depress the plunger in the syringe. The pilot needs a very steady hand.
There.
But will it work at all at these depths?
Oh yes, there she goes. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Look at that, another beautiful cloud of ground-up squid. And any second now, when we least expect it, something is going to lunge out of this blue and attack us.
The squid potion slowly disperses into the deep sea, carrying its chemical message with it. "30 minutes pass.
This is patience. Squid, squid, squid. Look at that beautiful little fella. Hello, Squiddy. Come on, baby. Oh, yes, yes, please, please, please. What are we looking at? Oh, baby, please. Here he is. You see the squid? Wait. Where is he? There's a squid. Squid, right there. Squid, baby. Come to, into the camera. Oh, squid, another squid. Look at this, look at this. Oh, look at it going right in front. Little wee fellow. That did. It came, swam into the juice. Yeah.
They aren't giants, but this suggests that many species of squid have a keen sense of smell.
This is very nice. I've got a hatchet fish right there. So perhaps it's just a matter of time. We're just waiting for the big one to come, sniff us out in the water, and then come and say hello, be Mr. Friendly. Now that is how I would love to see giant squid hovering in the water. Okay, arms going up, but then the arms going down.
It's been a great start.
Whoa, this is hot.
The following day, Medusa, with the unmanned camera, is brought back to the surface. Everything's still in order. This is Medusa's heart, the camera's hard drive. But what does it hold? Has the electric jellyfish worked its magic?
Oh, what is that?
This is not a squid tentacle. It's a siphonophore, a type of colonial jellyfish. But then...
Oh my God! Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
it's a huge arm.
What's happening?
Okay, so...
Is it giant jellyfish or something?
It's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's got... Is it two
Oh,
rows?
it must be a
Two
giant
rows.
squid.
That's all.
Yeah,
Really?
it must be.
You're not kidding me?
No, it must be a giant squid because there are so many suckers and very long arms. So it's amazing. So,
This is the first ever moving image of a giant squid in its natural environment.
I want more!
Is that what?
yeah, we need another shot. So you.
Oh, it's just hanging. It's just.
Medusa's alluring glow has succeeded beyond everyone's hopes. Over 3 underwater sessions, it captures 5 different images of the giant squid, all between a depth of 600 and 800 meters. And it saves the best for last.
Look at that.
Bang!
Oh, yes!
You gotta put that on loop. Put it on loop so we can. That's how the squid would normally.
Spread all around. Usually, such a homophilous also use all arms when they attack larger
Yeah.
prey. So
Well, he thinks the Medusa
Medusa is the
yeah.
It attacks with arms held closely together to lessen the resistance of the water. The star-shaped area between the arms is its mouth. A giant squid has been caught in the act of hunting.
That's wonderful.
Wonderful.
These remarkable pictures make the team more determined than ever to see a giant squid with their own eyes.
I love seeing the footage on the Medusa. It's amazing, but I really want to see it firsthand. I know you do as well.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I just want to watch giant squid by my eyes from submersible.
Yeah.
That is just I want it now.
Time is not on their side. They still need a fail-safe way to tempt a giant squid in front of their submersible. Dr. Kubudera watches the Medusa image over and over again, noting in particular the direction from which the giant squid appears. It comes from below, at a particular angle, with its eye focused on the target. This confirms his hunch that it would appear in that way. The giant squid's eye is bigger than a football. It's not just one of the largest eyes of any living creature, but also the most highly developed. The most sensitive cells on its retina are concentrated in the lower area. That means the giant squid's eyesight is most acute when it's looking upwards. It probably searches for the silhouette of its prey from below and then attacks from out of the darkness. The image captured by Medusa confirms this. If Dr. Kubudera did the same thing in front of the submersible, would they be able to see the giant squid's approach? This is the finale to Dr. Kubudera's decade-long quest.
We'll take this large diamondback squid and use it as bait. Maybe we can lure in a giant squid. That's the plan.
Dr. Kubudera thinks this species of deep-sea squid, the diamondback, is the giant squid's favorite food.
What do you think, Jim?
They'll tether an extra large one 5 meters from the submersible. They make tiny adjustments so that the lure's speed and posture mimics natural prey.
I hope it will spot the squid's silhouette from below and recognize it as food. Then maybe it will come for it.
They've also attached a blinking LED to help attract the squid. The white light is turned off and the red light is turned on. They're plunged into darkness. Only the blinking LED is visible to the human eye. This will be the ultimate test of the high-sensitivity HD camera. With the cabin lights off, the sub is scarcely visible in the twilight zone. But there's a hitch. The current becomes unexpectedly strong and the diamondback bait drifts too close to the submersible.
It's too close. We have to keep a distance.
Closer. Make a distance from the camera. Okay.
The pilot changes their speed.
Oh,
Fully out?
yeah, fully out. So line is straight away from the submersible.
Okay, that's all right.
Now they're managing to maintain a 5-meter distance so as not to scare the giant squid.
There, okay.
The bait is good. The place is good. It's got to come. This is the ideal place. So now's the time. I'm ready.
Train passing through 460, my score is okay.
They still haven't reached the depth where Medusa's remote camera got its shot of the giant. It's dark and silent, and Dr. Kubodera is getting sleepy.
Tired, Doctor? Tired?
No, sleepy.
Passing through 600 meters. Life support okay.
2 hours after the dive began, they reach 630 meters. To stay awake, Dr. Kubodera wipes the hull. Suddenly, out of the darkness, something huge starts to attack the bait.
Can you turn the light?
That's incredible.
Light, please.
My light?
White.
Yes.
White, please.
A giant squid has finally revealed itself. It's not only massive and surreal, but dazzlingly beautiful. It has the 1 meter long diamondback squid firmly in its grasp. It remains in the spotlight. It's not going to abandon a good meal. It is at least 3 meters long.
What a surprise! It's really came. It's shining like gold. Oh wow! Look how that body shines.
That the giant squid should shine like burnished gold is something no one, not even Dr. Kubodera, had expected.
Look at that eye.
It scans us with its enormous eye. What can it be thinking?
He blinked his eye.
One huge wink.
Okay, stay here.
Oh, yes,
as
sir.
long as we can take it.
But there's a problem.
It's sinking.
Yes, sir.
Now sinking.
690. The two are very heavy. I'm sorry.
The giant squid is sinking lower and lower with the prey in its grasp. The submersible has to follow down into the darkness.
$800 meters. 800 meters. We're falling while the giant squid eats our bait.
Food must be a very precious thing down here.
He's eating him.
Yeah, eating it.
Grasping its meal with its numerous suckers, it clearly has no intention of letting go. Then its behavior begins to change. It starts to undulate its long arms. It looks as if it's trying to swim upwards, perhaps attempting to take the prey away from the light. It propels itself by forcing water through the short white tube next to its eye. Although it appears to be swimming slowly, this gigantic creature has huge power.
$883 meters. Life support okay.
The submersible is approaching its 1,000-meter limit. For safety, the pilot must now slow their descent. But the change seems to startle the squid.
He's leaving. It's leaving. He's leaving. Oh, it's leaving. Oh, it's leaving. Oh, go away.
It retreats into its world of darkness.
The giant squid has just left.
The encounter lasted 23 minutes, the most moving minutes in Dr. Kubodera's 40 years of research. It's time to return to the surface and the rest of the team.
And he's gone and done it, and he's gone and got the giant squid. So I can't wait to get him back on board to actually see the footage that he's got. It's fantastic.
Oh, he's got to be the happiest guy alive. I'm so thrilled it was him. I mean, he's just got to be over the moon. I can't wait to see what he got.
Oh, everyone is really very happy to see you. Very happy.
This is great, Dr. Go.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. Congratulations.
Thank you. What took you so long?
This first glimpse of the planet's most elusive large animal is a revelation in itself. But it also gives an insight into how the giant squid survives the great depths. With a closer look, we can see two short arms with small suckers. This particular giant seems to have lost its long tentacles, but these could be them in the process of regeneration. If they grow back to their original length, the squid could be twice as long as the sub, 7 to 8 meters.
It was incredible. It was so large and beautiful. It is likely that the giant squid has moved into the deep ocean because competition in the shallow seas was so intense. But it's possible it found itself in an even harsher environment than the one it left behind. To survive, it has to feed on anything it finds. The greatest surprise for me, still, is that the squid of this gigantic size exists here in the deep sea, here on Earth.
These amazing images show how well squids have adapted to life in the dark waters of the deep sea. Modern technology and human ingenuity have given us a small window into a much larger mystery. Our first encounter with this magnificent animal reminds us that the furthest reaches of our oceans and their extraordinary inhabitants remain a vast and unexplored world.